Welcome to the 10,000 Miles Not Easily Broken podcast, where faith, love, and distance come together. Join us, a Christian couple, navigating our long-distance relationship as we share our journey that has brought us through really difficult seasons, like incarceration and loving each other from 10,000 miles away, from Ohio to Australia, which have shaped our walk with God. From heart-to-heart talks to spiritual growth, we're here for real conversations with God's guidance. Let's bridge the distance together, one episode at a time. Welcome to our journey. Welcome everybody to the 10,000 Miles Not Easily Broken podcast. I'm Chloe Rich, and my husband Rondell Rich just almost choked on a watermelon. You good?
Why would you start?
Funny, I knew something was going to happen like that. I just thought...
Thanks a lot. Appreciate that.
You're welcome. We're back with another episode. There's a lot been going on this week, a lot been going on in the media, and we're just excited to kind of talk with you guys and just hang out.
Yeah, for sure. No, man, it's definitely been a lot that's been going on. You know, we gonna get into a big topic, something that happened just recently. We're gonna get into some relationship tips. One of the relationship tips I have for you right now is never put your spouse on blast when they're eating food and you want to make a good laugh out of them.
Sorry, I love you. It was so
just throwing that out there.
Sorry, I love you. I love you, and I love Jesus.
For sure.
If you guys can't see, I got a really cool top on right now.
Yeah,
check Instagram if you want to see the back of it. It's cool.
What do your shirt say?
I actually forgot. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Wasn't expecting that answer. You got a whole shirt on. You don't even know what it says.
Guys, my mind, like my memory, is a problem sometimes. There's been some crazy stuff going on in the Olympics. Like some crazy stuff that I wanted to talk about. If you guys haven't seen the photo, we're gonna put it somewhere around here of the Olympics opening ceremony and their mockery of the Last Supper that they did with a heap of drag queens. And
yeah, man.
I'm pretty sure, did I bring this to your attention?
Actually, there was a friend from a small group, I believe,
okay.
And you were on the phone with me. He was like, yeah, you kind of filled me in on everything. Because, like, I don't know if you know, all of these events that happen, Chloe has to fill me in on mostly all of this stuff. Like just because some of the stuff, I just don't be, looking into a lot of stuff, and I be just focused on, things that are in front of me. But yeah, go ahead, Chloe.
Yeah, I've been a little too invested in my phone lately. I've been going through some health stuff, so I just kind of been marinating in my bed. But I'm good. I'm back. I need to do a fast from my phone. That's what I really need to do. But yeah, it's just like crazy how this uproar has kind of started, because it always seems to be Christians in our faith that is, made a mockery of in the media. And as far as the Olympics, like they chose the Olympics to, make a scene and I guess make a statement of, that antichrist spirit and that mockery of our faith. And I saw a video, because when I first saw it, I wanted to be offended and like kind of get defensive about my faith and get frustrated and angry. But what do we expect? Like the Lord in the Word has told us that this is what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
man.
And how to combat it with love, not offense, because that's where the enemy can have ground to keep division, to keep hate alive, is through offense. Yeah,
for sure. It's wild. It's deep. I saw it or whatever. And, the first thing I saw was the Last Supper. That's what I thought, and I was kind of shocked, just because we live in a time where you persecuted if you don't be respectful to people and give an equal viewpoint on people's decisions and choices and how people feel, what they believe about themselves. If you don't respect that, it's persecution attached. You get canceled, blackballed. There's pressure from people and coming at you from many angles to let you know the wrong you've done. So it's like when I see something like that, it's like, okay, like is this thing on both sides? Because since we're when did we get to a place where faith is not respected, right? Like if I tell a person this is a God I serve, right? I serve this God. This is my life is centered around my faith and what I believe in, and that's not respected. But other things have to be respected. You know, I don't feel that. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel that at all because I had somebody say something to me about it wasn't the Last Supper, it was a play off the Greek gods or something like that, and I was just like, no, I saw the Last Supper. You know what I'm saying? I said that's what I saw, and if it wasn't a direct attack, if it was offensive, there's many people, right? There's many people in society that has done things that were offensive and didn't know, but you still had to apologize. Just because you didn't know what you were doing was racist, or you didn't know what you were doing was sexist, or homophobic, or transphobic, right? Just because you didn't know what you were doing were those things, oh, they still got to apologize.
That's such a good point. That's such a good point. And I just wanted to speak on that about something else that happened in the same week. So I reposted a image on my Instagram page that someone else posted, and it was of after the Last Supper scene with the drag queens that happened in the Olympics. There was like a power outage in the city of Paris. I think it ended up lasting about like 12 minutes or something, and there's this really powerful photo of the city in complete darkness, and then the church, I forgot what it's called, is lit up still. And I got like a warning put on my Instagram account simply for reposting someone else's post that was talking about, you know, kind of like the wrath of God and the judgment of God upon Paris, because apparently I posted misinformation that it wasn't a whole power outage in France, and it was only a part of France, and it only lasted 12 minutes or something like that. Since
Crazy.
when is Instagram taking off and giving warnings out for misinformation? The only other time I've seen that is with COVID, when people were posting certain things about the COVID and not wanting to take the vaccine. But there is so much misinformation out on the internet.
Bro. Hey man, people
Real
putting
misinformation.
lies on the internet 24/7. They leave those lies up plainly, easily, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they're assassinating people's character, they don't care about that stuff, man. But when you bring the name of Jesus up, it's always an onslaught or attack against it. You know what I'm saying? And I do want to say this, even in terms even of the picture that the drag queens took a picture, you know, that was resembling the Last Supper. I'm not going in and diving in on this, right? This is just one example. I'm not diving in on them specifically just because I have, like, there's other things to focus on in our lives in our generation. But it's just like we have to be aware of what true equality looks like, what true peace looks like, what true love looks like. Because the Jesus that I serve told me to love all people, no matter who you are, no matter what you choose to do. I'm gonna love you
No matter
regardless.
what you've done.
Absolutely, because we got people that's close to us, actually, right? Some family, some friends. We got people that's close to us, right? That make jokes about our faith. That don't believe in, you know, they disrespect our faith in so many different ways. They may not even think they do. Some of them do know that they disrespect our faith, but we can't say that we love Jesus and Christ is the right way without somebody getting offended, but we get to get ridiculed. So it's like, I just feel like, man, if it's not equality on every angle, every side, I'm allowed to say that because I've never disrespected nobody that thought different or believed different than me.
But
You
you know
know,
what
so
people's argument for that's going to be? It's going to be, oh, well, Christians believe that Christians hate gay people and trans people. Christians hate people that have abortions and things like Christians
yeah.
cause
So
so.
then I could say that all lesbians hate men. I could say that all people that aren't Christians are Jesus haters. You know what I'm saying? Like I can make an assumption myself. If you decide to put me, Chloe, or whoever, an individual in a box because of the harm that the church people have done to you, that's unfair. And I believe it's also an immature thing to classify everybody in that same group because, like I told you, Chloe, I got people that are part of the LGBT community plus community that are family members, right? It's people that I care about that's a part of that community. And do I say, oh yeah, because I believe this or believe that way, I'm going to treat you a certain way? No, I'm not. I'm not coming at you like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, man. It's so many people. People don't know how to. People don't know how to one be friends with people that they disagree with. They don't know how to be close to people they disagree with. They don't know how to coexist in rooms with people they disagree with.
Let
This
alone
is the
love people they
come
disagree
on,
with. Like that's
love
insane to people. That concept is so insane. Like it's like if you don't agree, we can't even be
in the
in
same room.
proximity with each other. Like there's
Yeah,
such a lack of tolerance, and also like in society, there's such a lack of just reverence for faith. Like I feel like I remember when I was a
yeah,
little kid, there'd be a few times where I'd, because of family members, like my Italian side, going into the Catholic Church, and I didn't grow up in like a Christian or a religious household. But I remember walking into churches and having like a respect, like have
bruh.
just an honor and a respect. And I didn't even know what I was honoring or respecting, but it was other people's faith, and it was
Man,
something
listen, I
they
remember being a young, wild gang member in the streets, fighting people, selling weed and doing all type of crazy nonsense. And we'd walk past the church and we all stop cussing. Hey,
mm,
chill, we by church. Like we had respect for God, you know what I'm saying? But like the thing is, a lot of this stuff is prophetic. A lot of the times that we're in, that there is no reverence for the living God no more. Um, and but we had this talk a little bit in our small group, right? And it's something I guess I can point out here. We live in a Western society that is had been founded on democracy, and excuse me, although democracy have a lot of perks to it for human beings, what it did was it created a mind state of if we don't like it, we change it. And so to the point, so much so that learning obedience to something or to a right way or system, whatever it is far from a lot of youth, far from a lot of people. And I'm not even talking about the situation with the Olympics anymore. I'm just saying in general,
mm,
like how we've lost so much reverence for faith because even the laws that we grew up in, the structure of our democracy, which is like I said, it's still a beautiful thing, but the structure of our democracy has been if we don't like the way the rules are, we change it. So obedience is far from a lot of people, or enduring in fitting into the mode of a system is not for a lot of people. So when they come in contact with faith, they put legalistic religious law against it and say, I don't want to follow them rules instead of getting to know the truth about Jesus
so
for real.
hard for so many people. And like I seen this post on Instagram, it was a quote talking about, pretty much to sum up, talking about how people that are not in the faith like view Christianity as legalistic, as having their freedom taken away because they have to abide by all these rules and principles. But really, like coming to God, coming to Jesus is like the most freeing thing that you can ever do, because it takes those chains of sin off of your life. Like you're not held down by them anymore. You're not a slave to sin anymore, to the things that you're struggling with and wrestling with that you feel like have a hold on your life. You may not even realize it. Like I remember when I came to the faith, there were things that I let go of. Like I just had a heart transformation for, like going out, partying, being promiscuous, drinking, all these things that I felt like I had to do to fit in, to be like other young women my age. It was like a release. Like you don't have to do that. You don't have to be that
So how
person,
do you
because that's not who you are.
So how do you give that to a girl, a woman or girl that's out there doing that without condemning them? You know what I'm saying? Because like for
Right.
some people, it's their entire life, so they can hear that from you and be like, "Oh, she trying to say that I'm just, she better than me or I'm doing something wrong." Like, how do you get the message to them of why you decided to lay that down and why they should? Like, how do you convey that without disrespecting them, making them feel, as your equal, and where you don't it's like they're not being judged.
Just with love and compassion, like especially as a young woman, that's all I kind of saw, especially being someone that just grew up loving like hip hop and like loving female rappers and like all the people that I like looked up to and had around were a very certain type of woman. And I would just say, sharing my testimony of my heart transformation and just doing it in love, like not judging, because I've literally been there. And I think in the start of my faith journey, I was still there. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
just speaking about the
So
transformation of Jesus.
yeah, and I what's deep about me is like I can say this like in I bet you can agree in terms of you with young women or women in general today on why a transition could be necessary without the sense of judgment, right? I used to tell guys, so first off, I learned how to be close to people that disagree with me. I was in prison for 11 years. I used to sleep next to Muslims, Jews, atheists, Wiccans. I used to sleep next to people that did not believe anything I believed in, and
Mm,
I was friends with these people. Like these was people I got close to, and I learned how to love people that didn't agree with me, and it built character within me. It built a respect for the way people live and how they walk. So I'm not coming from a place of being in the bosom of just Christians, like, oh yeah, look at those people over there. No, that ain't me. I was in jail for 11 years around that. And so what I would say in terms of people like you and the women following those female rappers, and me with the young guys following them young gangster drill rappers, right? I would ask the question is, you can admire the gifting that they have and the talent that they have, but when you begin to idolize them to the point that you want to fit into the image of who they are, ask yourself, where are they leading you to? Right?
mm,
So when you listen to these words and listen to the lyrics and stuff, it's like, okay, now where they taking me? If I follow the sermon that they preaching on these songs, right? If I follow that, where is that going to end up with my life?
right.
So like that's the way that you can have people hear you is like, okay, you got women that's talking about they can't find a good man, but they all they do is listen to music that's talking about stunting on the dude, or they ain't got, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's adding up? What are you feeding? We're gonna talk about that with some C's in a second, but
I
yeah,
think
man.
I think as well the other two things that I would say is, as Christian women, I guess some people are more called to it than others, being able to be another option so that women don't feel like they can only go one way. Because, like, when you're in the world, the people that you see as a woman to look up to are very much the same. But, like, being able to be a strong Christian woman that doesn't bow down to society's pressures and society's norms of what a young woman is today, being able to be an option. Like, people don't have to just default to what they see. They can choose something different. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
it would be eye opening for young girls, and I wish I had this, to see a woman who's strong in faith and has strong morals and dresses with modesty and
Yeah,
beauty and just walks different, because you see the light in their eyes. To be able to see that and say, okay, I can choose to follow and look up to these women, or I can choose to follow it. Like, you know what I mean? Because I feel like
no, for sure.
sometimes
No,
it's hard if you don't feel like you have a choice, or if there isn't another option that's going to lead you to a different path.
yeah,
And as well with that, I think finding common ground and, similarities with people, even if you do live a different lifestyle, even if you might dress differently or look differently, being able to find similarities that bring you together in
yeah,
love, I think also
absolutely.
would help. Just being around young women who can hear my testimony of how I used to be, and how it's like I can relate. I know exactly what you've gone through. I know
Mm-hmm.
exactly the the pain that you go through behind closed doors because of your
Yeah,
actions.
yep.
I understand it. So it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't look like I'm just a Christian on my high horse. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
can.
Yeah, we don't got no high horses over here. We all the same. Ain't nothing different about me, and ain't nothing different about Chloe than any other relationship or any person. The only difference is that we profess the name of Jesus. If you don't, that'd be the only difference. But outside of that, we human like you human. You know what I'm
And I
saying?
didn't have to do anything. Like, I didn't have to, well, I obviously started to read the word and pray and learn about Jesus. But certain things in my heart just happened. I remember one day I got up and I just had this thought in my head, like, throw out all your clothes. Throw out
I
all them
remember that.
clothes that you used to wear out clubbing. I used to wear these tight, like, legging pants that made my butt look big. I used to wear dresses without undies with, like, the slits on the side. Like, I used to wear so much stuff purely to get men's attention.
And
Had my
that's what I was
boobs
about to
up,
say.
and now
Like,
I can't even think of, like, I feel violated to see another man that's not you looking at my body like that. Like,
but
but
see,
that's a
that's what I'm
heart.
about to say. You have a reason of why you don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, and I want people to make sure that that's clear. She's not anybody that may still dress like that, whatever. She's not condemning y'all or saying, oh,
no,
why
not
you.
at
She had a reason. And I know I'm saying this because I remember when this was happening. She was just like, I just have no need for these clothes no more. Like, there's no reason for me to. And I said, okay, it makes sense. One
which
thing
is
I've
so.
never yeah, for sure. I saw it. I remember I always tell you, like, man, you look different. Your face look different. If you can see some of her old pictures, we're gonna put some of her old pictures up here too. Just so y'all can see her before
I
Christ.
deleted a lot of them, because there was a time where I didn't understand yet the idea of shame and condemnation, and how that does not belong in Jesus. There's no shame or condemnation in Jesus. But I went through a phase where I was so, once I found, the truth and went through this transformation and felt conviction in my heart about certain things, I felt shame and guilt, and I knew that was from the enemy. But I deleted so many pictures, so many videos that I'm like kicking myself about now, because it would be so helpful, like in times like
Yeah.
this, and in ministry and posting and just showing people, like, no, look, like, I've had people message me from my past that saw me before Jesus, and the things that I used to get up to and used to be doing, and they're like, you look totally different. I didn't even recognize that was you.
Wow. I say it all the time. Like, the woman I married is so different from the girl that I met. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And that we started back really talking once I was kind of coming slowly out of that season.
yeah, for sure. For sure. So let's pivot.
I got a little something after you say your joke.
You got a joke?
No, not a joke.
All right, what you looking down? What you got up your sleeve, man? You always plotting, bruh. What you? I got a joke. All
Mm-hmm.
right, I'm gonna make you laugh with this one. You think so? What did the zero say to the eight?
Something about eating a donut.
Nice build.
I get it.
I'm gonna say the joke again. What did the number zero say to the number eight?
Nice belt. I get it. I get
Bruh,
it.
bro, what? Why? How don't you get that?
What do you mean?
What did the number zero say to the number eight? Nice belt, bro. They the same number. The eight just got a belt on to make it eight. Okay, all right.
Oh.
That's all right. It's okay. That was hard for you. All right, listen. I got another one for you.
So I just want to say something.
What?
So, like, this is something that, like, you guys probably won't know about my husband, right? Like my husband, he looks like a little gangster. He came from the streets.
Bro, what you on, bro? Hold on. What you on? Where you going with this? Chill out. What you about to try to expose me?
Changed his life around in prison with all the killers and drug dealers. Now he followed Jesus. But, like, you guys don't know, this guy, the biggest plant nerd that I've ever met in my life. Like, this guy can look
Bruh.
at a plant and tell you the scientific name of the plant, can tell you what conditions it needs to live in to be able to grow. Like, this, like, you would not look at this
Bro,
dude and think, yep, he knows everything about plants and
stop.
flowers,
Why you, bro? What you telling my business for, bro?
soil.
What?
it's crazy. And when I was thinking about that, it reminded me of that teaching with the word seed. Because my husband's always trying to make something about plants and growing.
You can you can learn a lot when it comes to plants, people.
You can.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's so much that you can gain from the knowledge of a plant. Like when I learn the natural cycle of life through the plant system, the plant kingdom, it really opened my mind to our relationship with God. Like seriously.
And it made me fall in love with you so much more. I don't know why, but I just find that so cute that
All
you
right,
just
bro.
love
Hey,
plants.
stop calling me cute, bro. I'm a
Sorry.
man. Don't call me
Sorry.
cute, bro. Call me superhuman. All right, that was kind of corny. All right, what you about to say? What you about to say?
Anyway, I remember coming into my faith, and when you were talking to me a lot about it, you definitely used a lot of analogies that had to do with gardening, with seeds, with planting, all that type of horticulture stuff. And it made so much sense in my mind about certain things. And, you know, you see in the Bible the analogy, the parables of seeds and plants and fruit and the harvest. Like, there is just constant comparisons that I can think of in my head. And it just reminded me of this one image that came into my head when we were discussing the word seed, which is just like a pot plant, like a cute little pot plant with a little flower. And the pot is like your heart, like the outcasing of your heart.
Yep.
And then the soil that you put in is what's in your heart.
Mm.
And then you put in a little seed, which is the word of God, or any word really, any word that you speak out of your mouth. It can be a weed, the seed of a weed. It could be the seed of a beautiful tree. It could be a seed of a flower. Anything, any word that you speak out of your mouth, or that God speaks over your life prophetically.
And you know, can I tell y'all? Let y'all in on something. This is the thing that, like, as beautiful as my wife is, as y'all looking at her beautiful, gorgeous face, man. Every woman has a level of insecurity, right? Every woman has levels of insecurity, and they like to say things about themselves. I guess it's a defense mechanism. Sometimes I don't know. I'm not a woman, but I sense it, right? And she sometimes says stuff like, "Oh, I look ugly today. I look like this or whatever." And what do?
You say, stop speaking about my wife like that.
You feel me? All right, first of all, don't try to make that face like that. But that's what I do. That's what I do. I tell her, stop talking about my wife like that. Stop speaking those things over my wife's mind. Because at the end of the day, like, it's a seed, you know? And those little seeds grow into other things. How many times have you looked at yourself and said, I look hideous today. I look so stupid. I look bad. How many times have, right? And this is why getting comfortable in planting the right seeds, you know, into the heart, into the soil. And so many people today, when it comes to words, seeds, like you said, it's not just a Christian faith seed, Bible seed. It's words in general are seeds. Seeds on the heart. This is why they say guard the garden of your heart in the scripture. So, like, what seeds are you planting over your mind, over your life, over your family, over yourself? Like, I remember, and I'm gonna let you finish speaking. I remember being a young dude, about 18, 19 years old. We beefing with the guys around the corner, and we ride in a car full of guns. And I remember a dude said something fly to me on the internet or something. And I tell my guys, I'm like, hey, you know, when I see dude, I'm gonna pop him. As soon as I see him, I'm hitting him up. And I kept saying in the car, I'm rapping music that's validating it, that's empowering that. We on Chief Keef drill. This was back in that time. We going crazy. And I ended up going to some type of festival, I think it was. And then I remember seeing him. I remember seeing a dude, and I'm with the four guys. I was telling I was gonna pop him. And guess what they did? They looked at me like, there you go. That's him right there. I planted the seed in my heart. I planted the seed in their heart. And the Bible say in Proverbs 6:2 it says, "For you are snared by the words of your mouth."
Mm.
And what that means is a snare is a trap. You're entrapped by the words of your mouth. You can speak a thing so deep, so deeply rooted into yourself, you feel obligated to fulfill it. You feel a pull to fulfill it, to
And it
bring it
becomes
to
the truth.
pass.
Like
Absolutely.
things just become your truth, even though they aren't the truth. They become your truth because you've
That's
spoken
good, Chloe.
so
That's
many times.
good. That's good, man. And this is why I'm so intentional about us not establishing lies in our relationship, over our future, over our lives. When I hear a lie, I check it. And yeah, man, like, and but we live in a time where so many bad seeds spread around. It's crazy, man. Like, it don't make no sense, but you know, the word is pure, man. You know, it's something else. You know, with us being the believers that we are, we got a lot of people in our lives that we affect. It's a lot of people that I don't go to people just start talking to them about the deep things of God. That ain't my style. My dude Maxie, free my guy Maxie Howard, man. He said connection before correction. He said, always make the connection before you try to correct anybody. Nobody wants somebody that don't know them, don't know their story, don't know why they are the way that they are, trying to correct them.
Mm.
And as I learned that, I I took it to the next level in terms of word seed. Before you plant a seed into the soil, you have to till the ground. You have to soften it. You have to make sure the ground is ready to receive the seed. So in
Cultivate
terms of your
it as a
absolutely,
fertilizer.
absolutely. Just like with you, Chloe, like I didn't come at you. It took me a long time for me to talk to you about Christ. You noticed God in me before I even really start to hit you hard with it or anything.
Mm.
You know, it took me a while, and it wasn't even my true intention. I was just getting to know who you was, and you was like, "Hey, man, tell me more about Jesus," you know, and we begin to just talk about him. But you got to till that ground first, man, because people's hearts are hard and they scarred. They hurt from the past. They hurt from the fake church. They hurt from fake Christians. People that don't follow what Jesus really said. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
and I just think that people, man, are especially the household of faith. If you say you're a Christian, man, your mind should be focused on tilling grounds, tilling soils, man, so people can receive positive, blessed seeds that's gonna help their life. And all the
Right.
extra hate and all that other stuff can go out the
And
window.
also tending to your own soil, because I know that this is something we've spoken about. Like when you're trying to grow a plant, trying to grow a crop, trying to grow a harvest, you continue to tend to the soil. You continue to water the plant. You continue to look after it. It's not just like a one and done thing. So
Yeah.
in terms of like our faith and our heart continuing be around and involved in the things of God, you know, there's something that you taught me, which is 3 simple things that you can do every single day to tend
Mm.
to the soil in your heart. What
Mm.
are they?
Read the word, hear the word, and speak the word. Read the
See the
word,
word?
read the word,
See the word was one.
read the word.
Okay, that's C. You
Yeah.
said
Yeah, read the word, hear the word, speak the word. If you do them 3 things, try to do those 3 things, at least 2 of them, once a day. Just hear the word, hear a teaching, hear somebody speak about the word, read the word once a day. Speak the word to somebody, something Jesus said to somebody, man. You'll be good, man. But yeah, so now we're gonna transition into some relationship tips before we wrap up, right? Chloe has a long distance. Sorry, go ahead.
my turn. I have a
Long
long distance
distance relationship tour.
relationship tip. This is my tip. Um,
Yep. Last
and I,
week was mine. This week, this is all on her. So if you don't like it, come at her. Don't come at me. But I got her back because I'm her husband.
they're gonna like it. To
All
try to
right, sorry.
play me. It actually, I learned it from you. Thank you. And it just really did something to my heart.
All right.
I really stand by it. So you can apply this. This isn't just long distance relationship. I feel like this is any romantic relationship.
What was that pause? That was
Sorry.
that was intense. She said any. And like looked at the camera.
Like any.
No, for
Cause
sure.
like I don't want people to think, you know, just because we're doing long distance relationship tips that they can't apply this to their own life.
All right. Almost not my camera over.
Find a purpose that you can both work towards together.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. What describe that, sweetheart? Describe that.
A purpose, a thing, you know,
Use it. Yeah.
for us it being the podcast,
Mm.
It's something that even though we're separated by distance, we come together and we work on this one thing together. We build on this one thing together. We tend to it. We pour our care and our love into it together.
Mm.
And it's a bonding experience for us. We get to watch it grow.
Yeah.
Off the back of our relationship.
You know what's so deep? That's good. I'm glad you brought this relationship tip up. How many people are in a relationship and not working together with their partner on something towards a goal? It's people that are in relationships right now. They just love each other, I guess, kissing and hugging, being intimate, and going to work or doing what they doing. How many people are in a relationship right now with a person and are not working together on something, a project, something that they got coming, something purposeful?
You need to establish purpose.
Yeah.
It's so important. Otherwise, if there's no purpose, things can get lost.
For sure. That's
so,
good.
For us as the podcast, for other people, it can be like a small business idea, or it can even be something like a Bible study, a small group that you make together. Anything. It can be anything that you come together, you decide, this is something that we want to do. It aligns with our morals, our goals, our vision for our future. How can we work towards it together in partnership with one another?
Yep.
And watch it grow.
For sure. That's good, man. That's great. Yeah, I really truly believe people should take more, effort into working together if you're gonna be in a relationship, because Chloe, my partner, man, like this is my partner and everything, so we didn't just when we got married, we didn't just get married just to kiss on each other and I like you like me, like it's my partner, we build something, and being willing to be focused on to keep the purpose in mind and be intentional about keeping each other in mind as y'all work towards that purpose, and that's something that we working through every day and growing through. So yeah, man, that was good, Chloe. That was good. I like that.
You had something to do with it.
What, bro?
Yeah,
you brought it up.
I know.
This is your you keep this.
It
I don't
started
care.
months ago with you.
Are you pretty? All right, you real pretty.
Thank you. I love you.
I love you too. You nicer. You nicer than you are pretty. You know that. So that means you real nice. Like I like talking to you and stuff.
I like talking to you too. And I like talking to our little audience that we got going on. We love you guys too.
Yeah, man. Like people don't know. People don't know how hard it be for us sometimes, man. Like don't nobody. Like I said, we say this all the time, but like there's just not many people that know what we're going through right now. Currently, not being with each other, we just trying to find a way, and we just hope people listen and hear what we saying, just so that they could take from this and cherish in the relationships they do have with people in proximity. So like, yeah, man. But we love y'all, man. We love y'all, and we appreciate y'all for listening and watching. Always.
Check out the links in the description box below. Check out our link tree. You can find our YouTube. We're on Spotify. All our socials. If you want to sew into the podcast, you can do so as well. And with that being said, I just want to ask a question. Ask a question to close out that we're going to incorporate into our next podcast with your guys' answers. So feel free to drop your answer in the comments, message us your answer. So the question is, what is a small habit or practice that has made a big difference in your life?
That's
good. A
good.
small habit or a practice that has made a big difference in your life.
I'm going to have a good one next week. I already know mine.
I bet. I'm going to have a better one.
No, you're not, bro. I'm about to do some fly. Yes, you is. You might. You might.
All right. We love you guys. See you next
Love y'all. See you. See you next time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tapping in. 10,000 Miles Not Easily Broken podcast. We out.